Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. How nice of you to join into another session of training your intuition. It is right in the middle of the summer solstice or solar solstice, however you feel more comfortable of using the words. And I have done my rituals for this solar solstice, and it is in these two containers here with the candles. And I've lit these candles because everything is connected, and so this channel is also connected. Don't worry, these are all positive rituals of manifestation and positivity. So because of this channel, I also lit one extra candle here for all of you that are watching Dimensions of Love. Whenever this is reaching you, if this is your first time being here, this candle includes your manifestation and your solar solstice, a little present, if we may put it in that way. So this candle is for you guys, because when I am manifesting and when I am drawn in positive energy, also this channel is connected because I'm connected to you all in this energy field. So therefore I feel like it is appropriate for me to include you all into this. And always my intentions are never selfishly or pulled in one direction. I want everyone's perspective and everyone involved to get whatever it is that they need to get. So I'm not even focusing an attention of everyone in Dimensions of Love should have love in their life or prosperity. I'm just sending the attention to whatever it is that you are meant to learn in this lifetime, or meant to do, or meant to discover in whatever layer you are in. That is the attention of this candle, that you will do not really what your mind wants for your wishes, but what your soul wants for your wishes. So that is what this candle is about. So a little bit different now in our pick a card reading for this weekend. But I'm just going to go through. If you're new here, thank you for being here, and hi. If you're returning, you know already how this works, but I'm just going to go through it very simply here. We are training our intuitions, and we're picking a shell to every pile, and we're seeing it how it will play out for the weekend, so that you can train your intuition and how that falls into your life. So feel free to come back and look at this reading again on Sunday to see how it was manifesting itself in your 3D reality, okay? So let's start this beautiful session in this solar start of summer, really. That's what it is. So a lot of energy coming in, and I'm excited to see what your messages are, because they're very different from one another in the piles. But feel free to pick your pile, and let's start another session of training your intuition with Pick a Shell. So if you picked pile number 1, these are your messages. That is your shell, and this is very earthly. Okay, let's reveal all of your cards. So you got the Devil card, and that is your shell, and you got the Angel of Abundance. Okay, so these are your cards. So the first thing that comes through here is the connection with these two cards, okay? Your shell is saying something in secret, and what I am picking up here is this is going to be pile number 1. It's going to be very sensitive, so I can protect you in these messages, so I just have to say them like they are. But someone is doing something in secret, like having I'm getting this, that you're having this issues with food. There's something surrounding with food, an issue of maybe eating and then going to the bathroom and purging it out. The same thing if you're hiding something, like you don't want to take it out when, because it can be just as much as it's about purging, it can also be the opposite of consuming. So it can be that for some of you, I feel like you're waiting till everyone doesn't see it and then you are eating in secret. It is happening secretly, okay? And the message that I'm getting here from my higher self is that this is connected. It's not, I don't feel like it's connected to actually you having, you being insecure, having issues like that. This is deeply rooted issue. Like there's a feeling that with this devil card, it is not surface addiction, okay, at all. There is an emotional addiction, okay, that is happening. So maybe you're not looking at this from a deeper perspective. That is the message that I'm getting, that you should look at this from a deeper, because you can't heal as saying that I'm going to force myself to keep the food in my stomach and I'm not going to go to the bathroom, and you're forcing yourself in that way. It's not going to help. The same way, if you're forcing yourself, I'm not going to buy those snacks and then I won't have, it would just end up being that you're going to like a shop that's open in the night to just get all of those goodies anyway, and it just becomes worse. So what you need to know about this message here is that this addiction is connected to an emotion. So we can get addicted to emotion. I've mentioned this before in this channel, but we can get addicted to a certain emotions, a certain chemical that is released in our minds, okay? So this chemical that is released, it can be so different and it's not easy to spot and to know, but when this happens chemically inside of us, we can get addicted to that. And then in this 3D, because I feel like it's connected, that it is showing up in your 3D reality as in you purging or you over consuming something. It can also be that you have the same thought patterns, because what we consume, what happens in our 3D, I'm trying to explain this to you more simple so you understand it. It can also be in your 3D reality that you are perhaps having thoughts, habituous thoughts that keeps repeating themselves, that are not for your highest greatest good. Maybe before you purge and you haven't thought of it, maybe you haven't meditated, so you haven't heard these thoughts that are happening. But if you would stop yourself, you can maybe hear thoughts before of disgusting, or there's a certain smell that comes. Everything is connected, everything is being amplified because of your body being connected to these chemicals. So spirit really wants you to connect there and to heal that pattern. And it's not easy, because when you have an addiction and you heal it, it's very simple. Don't eat that, eat less of this, try to keep the food inside of your stomach. Yes, we know all of that, okay? That is more easier to handle. But when it comes to it being emotionally, that emotional connection, and then on top of that, that the body has now become addicted to that emotion, so it craves it, then it's even more settled and more difficult to handle. So pile number one, I'm there with you, because this has to be very difficult and being misunderstood and not understood by others. You can fluctuate of being very thin to being very big in your physical body. That's the vision that I'm getting. It goes kind of like up and down. So your body can fluctuate like that, just the same way as these chemicals are in your body. So how can you restore this? And this is where this card comes in. It's very beautiful because you're so protected. And there's something, this is what I'm getting, because this card is more of abundance coming in. But what I'm getting connected here is that this is a light code. You are about to receive, over this weekend, you're about to receive a light code. It might be settled that you don't even recognize it in that sense, but I really want you to train your intuition this weekend to try to see when it happened. So maybe try to be in a meditative state or walk in the forest, like be somewhere where you can receive it, where you can actually feel it. Because when we're in the midst of everything, everyday activities happening, it can be so settled that we don't feel it. So try to go and be in a place, and trust me, your higher self will encourage it to happen in those moments. So try to connect with yourself in those calm moments so that you can feel when it happens, because there is Spirit is saying something is going to come down. It's like a light. It's like a light code that will activate yourself from within. That will resolve these issues, okay? So then you will see it in your external world, moving forward 1 to 2 months over the summer with this energy combination. It will help you out, okay? So this will be dissolved, and you'll feel like you won't be attracted to eat those things at the same way. Like it will not be fulfilling, it will not taste the same. That's what I'm getting. For some of you, I'm getting that you will not feel the urge to purge it out. You feel like, okay, I can have it. I don't feel like this discomfort. Something's going to switch, or you will find these light codes can manifest very differently. So it can suddenly be that spirit is showing you to see something specific that you can eat, and you notice, oh, if I just eat this, nothing happens. Like I'm okay if I eat this. I can keep this inside of me if I eat this sort of things. So try to see in this weekend how this will happen. But you have a beautiful, beautiful abundance card, which is saying that you are getting these lights codes right now. So just activate yourself and open yourself up. And I hope that these issues of these addictions that are so subtle get resolved, so you don't have to have difficulties in your physical 3D reality. So I'm sending you hugs, pile number one. You got this, and it is positive. It is a positive ending. So you've been through a difficult journey here. So that is what Spirit wants you to know, pile number one. And have a wonderful solstice, you all, and enjoy the summer. We're in Sweden, so we're dancing around flowery cross. That's what we do here in Sweden, but it's very beautiful. So embrace it. Maybe do something beautiful, buy yourself flowers, or just smell at some flowers just to relax yourself. So everything will be okay. So thank you, pile number one, for letting us give you this message for this weekend. Bye. Okay, so if you picked pile number two, this is your shell, and you got the Eight of Cups in reverse, and your angel card is Angel of Joyfulness. Okay, so your shell is saying that you are going beneath the surface, so you're not just scratching the surface of things. And your Eight of Cups is indicating that you are leaving something behind, but because we're getting it in reverse, you're hesitant. With the card of Angel of Joy, there's something beautiful that is about to happen that you don't know about. There's something that is emerging, okay? So what I'm seeing here is a message. It's a message of a union, so I feel like it is involving two people at some sort, especially when we have this card, Eight of Cups, and we have a walking away. So what I'm seeing here for you is that, you see this shell, if we look at the shell, and this saying, don't judge a book by its cover, it's coming up here, because this shell is very covered. You can't even see it. You can't see this shimmering colors that it has, okay? And I feel like this is drawn to a relationship. So you were this shell that was covered. Like nobody saw it. Your partners didn't see that true potential that you actually was, because you were covered, okay? So, and something happens here where your confidence is growing and you have a more understanding of yourself, okay? And when you are starting to glow like this, you start to polish everything that was on top of this shell. You can see this beautiful shell. The same way I feel like you polished yourself, and now all of a sudden you are having some sort of glow up, okay? That's what I'm getting, a glow up. So you're having this glow up, and all of a sudden you wanted to leave something behind and you're hesitating, because I feel like maybe it's a partner, or there's someone that kind of now doesn't want you to leave, or try to make you hesitate. And you see that she's walking towards the sun. If you can see it in the horizon there, there's the sun, and she's walking towards the sun. You see down here, it's just a little fire. that little fire is going to extinguish when it is in the water because she let it go, okay? So upright, she's letting that fire go, and in reverse here, it's like this fire is way behind her. She's walking towards the sun, okay? So the sun is emphasizing you to say, don't even hesitate for a second, okay? Because I can feel this hesitation of, but now everything seems to be good. But I just want you to remember this. If somebody didn't see your potential when you had it and didn't give you what you needed it when you were there, just because that they see it right now, everyone else sees it also. So you might as well have something new than to have the same old, because if someone is going to appreciate you only when you glow, then that, I don't feel like that is a relationship that you should move forward with, because life is ups and downs, okay? A form within us does never contain the same, okay? We change constantly. It's about the inner work we do with ourselves, okay? So we are constantly in change. And if someone just loves when you're in your highest peak, but doesn't want to be involved when you're in your lowest, then that is not the ideal partner, because the ideal partner knows that sometimes you come home and you're just 30%, okay? You can't even give more than 30%. And your other partner comes in and he's on 70%. That means that he will do more. So we balance each other out. There's never 50-50, okay? There's always a percentage. And some days you might be on 10% and your partner might be also on 10%. That means 80%, you can't do nothing about it. It's going to be a mess. But you support each other by being positive and uplifting towards one another, not looking at each other like you're just giving 10%. Why do I have someone that's just 10%? But just giving each other these compliments of, this is okay, this is just a day like this. That is a healthy duo between two human beings when they come together. But when it is like this, that you kind of get abandoned completely because they don't see a potential, and then all of a sudden you're glowing up and now they're like interested. I don't feel like that is something that you should move forward. Of course, this is your own choice and you can do however you want because you're in this hesitation, but still spirit is acknowledging you to move forward, okay? There will never be the same flavor at a human being from another. We all have our special flavors, but it can be something. I love to cook and I love food, and they're different flavors, okay? You can see people are the same. They have a, some people have these certain flavors that you just love and you just recognize that it's so good. But the same way, if you let that person go, yes, you let that flavor go, but there are other flavors, okay? You have to see the world like that. There are different flavors and different human being that can bring something else to you, okay, and have a different um, essence to them, okay? So we can never replica and make a different flavor. Then it will just be synthetic. It will not be the real flavor, because every human being has their original flavor, okay? That's how I see it. So I'm just trying to give you an analogy so you can understand it, and just try to see that yes, you might lose this flavor, but there are other flavors, okay? And this is what it is given to you that you should do, okay? It is more likely for you to, like they say, it's better to build something new than to try to fix something that was old. And usually when we go back and fix something that is old in that sense that it was never even there, there's kind of nothing to really fix, because then it's just a little bit more joyous, and people like that eventually break up after 3-4 months because they realize why they broke up in the first place, kind of thing. So that is the energy that I'm getting, and you're getting into this so much beautiful magical energy coming into this solar solstice. So I just feel like you should focus completely on yourself and just walk towards the sun. Just keep on walking towards the sun, because you're glowing. You're glowing and you deserve this glow up, okay? You're amazing. So why would you settle for less, you know? Settle for what you deserve, and you deserve the best here, because you are a hidden treasure. I'm getting this from spirit, a hidden treasure. That is what you are. So keep on building your confidence, because you are moving forward in a beautiful direction, okay? and embrace this confidence that you are, because it's new too. I understand that this is new. So embrace that confidence and just keep on moving forward, and have a beautiful solar solstice, beginning of this beautiful summer times and renewed energy. So refresh yourself, do something kind to yourself on this weekend, and see how this energy will fall in on this weekend for you. So thank you, pile number 2. Have a beautiful day. It was nice to read for you. Gorgeous glow ups. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Let's get into your message. So this is your shell. This is your card, the death card, and your angel card is Goddess of Compassion. Okay, pile number 3. This shell is saying official contract and documents, legal documents. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that you are going through a transformation. Death and rebirths are always about transformations, but I just want to give an extra message for someone, because usually it's not about someone passing, but because we are getting this card with this legal documents, I feel like it's something that someone has passed away, or some inheritance that is connected to you, and somehow maybe you don't even know this person in your family that has included you. But for, I don't know, this is very specific for someone, but you are getting some legal papers coming in. And because we're in this going into this weekend, I'm just getting this message that it will happen on Monday, but it will be at work. So just because it's going to be delivered to you on Monday, it already isn't work. Like, it's already traveling from somewhere, so it's already written down and manifested in the 3D. So I just have this feeling of you, pile number 3, very connected with your intuition here, and you feel like there's something that you're supposed to get here that will be official. But here's the thing, with death and rebirth, with this death and rebirth card, uh, don't fear nothing else with that. And just going into the collective again of pile number 3s, I just want to say there is some message, something that will be written and delivered to you, that you will get it on Monday. That I'm feeling this so very, very strongly. But what I do want to say here with the death and rebirth to you all is that there's some parts of you that are dying away, but there's a difficulty. I don't know how to explain this, but there's a difficulty in you accepting your darkness. And when I say your darkness, it's not your ego, okay? It's not your ego self or this, but it's more of you're being a perfectionist, okay? You're being so hard on yourself, okay? That's why this goddess of compassion is here, that you seem to believe it's just black and white, okay? That if I'm going to give you an example, the day will never look at the night and say, you're bad. You're night, you're bad. Bad things happen in the night. They will not, if they have an analog, it will not go like that, because the night will be saying, that's not right. Your light is shining so much, you're hurting people's eyes. I can say that you're bad too. I'm giving them nourishment. They get to rest. They get to rejuvenate. What do you mean that I'm bad? Like, they will never talk like that about each other. So if we see the day, we can see the positive and the negatives of a day. The same way as the night, we can see positives and negatives of the night, okay? And this is where I feel like it's stuck with your death and your rebirth, is that you're trying to be so much in your light and trying to give so much of that you're this light, that you're dishonoring the part of you that is dark, okay? You're you're not being in your true self of embracing that is. And what I'm seeing here, because this is not the normal death card in rebirth, because he's sitting on a white horse and he's a skeleton, but here, as we can see, there is a dark forest and like cosmos, and what I'm seeing here is Lilith, and we are in solar solstice right now, and it is Lilith. Okay, she was supposed to be Adam and Eve's first wife. And she was dark and she was cast out, but she has so much feminine power, like the highest priestess card in the tarot card that I've spoke on this channel too. She's the ultimate highest one, so our feminine aspects is the dark mother. Okay, so the darkness is not bad in that sense that we believe it to be, and I feel like you have a lot of high priestess energy inside of yourself. You have a very like dark mother energy that is very beneficial, and that you should release it from within yourself. It has nothing to do with being good or bad, and I feel like you're connecting this too much of it being good and bad. That's why it's causing you to, you talk down on yourself. You're not good enough. See, you're being like this. Why are you being like this? You're being too dark, and you're putting yourself down of something that uh, you have a belief system that needs to die. It needs to die because it is blocking your blessings that you can give to the world. Okay, the day and the night both have something. It's not about good or bad, because they both blend into each other. It's not about that. It's about stability. Okay, if we can be stable, you see, if you see darkness and darkness is stable, you don't feel like um, you don't feel threatened by it because it's stable. You see, when we see a darkness and it's not stable, that's when we freak out. The same way goes with when someone is in their light. When someone is in their light and they're stable, we honor it. We say, wow, this is an amazing guru. I feel such a stable. And when someone is in the light and they're unstable, it kind of freaks us out because they're everywhere. So then it doesn't matter if they're light. So if we look at it, if I can just help you out in that sense to just let you see it from one different perspective, is look at it more as stable. If you're stable, it doesn't matter if you're in your yin and your yang, okay? Because both of them need each other equally. It's about the stability, how much you are in every part, and how they circulate around each other. It's like a dance. They're dancing, they're chasing each other. It's beautiful, okay? When they're stable. When they're not stable, as if you're too much in your ego or you're too much in your light, so you're suppressing your darkness, then you become unstable. And a bigger push comes from your darkness because you're pushing something away, so it just enhances it. So embrace your feminine dark self and embrace this aspect, and don't see it as black and white. Okay, don't stop putting yourself down. You can't put yourself down like that. Okay, I'm just going to give it to you like this, the way that spirit is pushing it to me. They're kind of really want you to understand that don't do that to yourself. Okay, just relax in it. And about this document that is coming your way, because I feel like it's Monday. So look at this weekend. In this weekend, because this messages or this contract for some of you, if you're going into something and you're going to sign a new contract, here's the thing. When we are in this negative state that we are dishonoring a part of ourselves, this plays out in our 3D reality, which is saying, if I feel like this side of me is not good enough, then I'm getting a contract and you're getting everything included except for you can't be at the works gym. Like it will be small details like that, and you'll be like, why can't I just do that thing I wanted to do? Yeah, because you're not balanced, and then that plays out in your 3D. So it will be something where you have this, but those benefits will not include. So if it is a new job contract or something like that, you need to think about the way that you're treating yourself, because everything reflects in your reality. So the more that we love and we embrace ourselves, the same way the world reflects it back and we get what we need. We manifest the right thing. If we are dishonoring a part of ourselves, we are unconsciously bringing in bad news to us, bad contracts to us. So just try to embrace yourself and trust that everything good will come to you, but not just by manifesting. especially you here, you need to embrace this side of yourself. I made the ritual and it is equally light and dark as it is done. It has nothing to do with anything of it being bad or it being good, because you can't judge things like that, okay? So the same way, whatever it is that you want to do and you're like, no, this is bad, this is too weird, or that it's not. Think about its stability. Is it stable? What you're doing, is it stable? Is it hurting anyone else? What is it doing? Is it stable? That's, you should always go through the filter of, is it stable, to be stable in yourself. And the answer will be clear. From moment to moment, you will always know what to do and what is good in the same situation, in different situation from day to day, okay? So I really want you to look at yourself in this weekend and come back and see how that worked out for you, okay? And about this, this paperwork, these documents that are coming in, I'm feeling mostly that it is positive, but you have to embrace your darkness for it to be as positive as possible, okay? For it to be stable. So you want to have stability, you have to be stable in yourself, because everything mirrors out. Okay, I hope I tried to make this sensible to you, because it was kind of like you have something in your physical world tying into what is actually happening in your internal world, and it is focused on this dark side that needs to be integrated. But these days are beautiful because we are in the death process and the resurrection. So this is our day 2. We're going through a resurrection and we are coming alive into this beautiful 23rd solar solstice, just completing and beginning a new journey in life. So this is anyway beautiful for you guys that picked pile number 3 to get this at the same time now. And I've lit your candle here, so put an intention also, you pile 3, put an attention on this candle to what you want to embrace in yourself, and what scares you of embracing that, because it is yin and yang. We all have our light and our dark. Okay, so you guys, I hope that these messages helped you for this weekend. As always, it is always nice to sit here and do these sessions with you of training your intuition. I hope that your intuition has enhanced, and it's so good to see you. Wishing you amazing everything from your inner soul that you need to move forward into your journey to your true self and to your authenticity. So, as always, have a wonderful day. Sending love your way. Bye, everyone.